Okay, Roy, Danny Couch is here. Must be time for the radio show. Well, here we are again. I think we're starting the radio show. It's Tuesday. Nope, it's Thursday. What do I say? Okay, that's pretty funny. Well, I at least know the day of the week, or at least I caught myself on knowing the day of the week.
And we're getting ready for Christmas.
Christmas is happening. Love it or leave it. I mean, it is hard. I mean, I think we do have our house kind of decorated. We have company arriving that'll get here, I think, actually next week sometime.
Yeah, pretty quick.
It's happening, even if we're not quite way we're planning it, but it really is pretty interesting, how it's all going to get together and how it'll happen.
Yeah.
So I think it will make a difference. I think we'll have a great time. It'll be a great Christmas. Julie's here, Lahaina Luna Julie. Ehulani. Yep, that is fun.
We should say something about Mikey also.
Oh, yeah.
The University of Washington soccer team is in the men's Final Four.
It's amazing.
This weekend.
Mikey is Julie's baby.
Yeah.
And
anyway, they're in North Carolina, and University of Washington, UW, is down to the Final Four. I'm not sure who else is in the Final Four, but hopefully it's on TV and we can see Mikey.
Hope we can. They were trying to get us to pull up and come there for a couple of days, but it's too close to Christmas. We're too busy. Roy's got so many different things happening with Hale Makua and with everything. So I think it's really important that we stay put.
Speaking about Hale Makua and all the not-for-profits, at year end, everybody's looking at doing tax write-offs and so forth. And, no question, there's a great need for donations for all of our 501c3 not-for-profit organizations. And Maui Food Bank, we keep mentioning Maui Food Bank, but that's critical.
It is.
And again, every dollar leads to 4 meals. So if you're able to give $10, that's 40 meals. You're able to give $100, that's 400 meals, and it's fantastic.
It is. Maui Food Bank has been epic.
And as we said before, 1 out of 3 families here in Maui are facing a food crisis. And so Maui Food Bank fills a need for many, many of our citizens here on Maui.
It is so true, Roy. I mean, and it is a horrible thing right now to think that any child will go without enough to eat, will go to school without eating first, and I think it does happen. And it's a tragedy, and it's the worst tragedy and the saddest tragedy for the parents of that child, because nobody wants their child to be hungry. And everybody is doing their best, hopefully. But when we contribute, you're right. I mean, it makes a major difference.
Well, the Realtors Association of Maui, through our Backpack Buddies program, to assure that the children in school who are needing food supplements over the weekend, can have food, can have meals over the weekend. And that's in coordination with Maui Food Bank also. So it's, no child especially should be hungry over the weekend.
No, and I think they do. I mean, when they say the Backpack Buddies, I think they bring a backpack with them, or they have it worked out in a backpack system.
They cram their backpacks with food for the weekend, and otherwise a lot of these children will not eat over the weekend or have very, very skimpy meals. And so it's a great program, and it's a great program to support the Maui Food Bank.
And I know we have given them something for the year end, and everybody should. I mean, think about it. It's not that hard to do. You can make it happen quickly. And think about that as one of the ones.
No, absolutely. And it's not only because it's year end. I mean, year end kind of concentrates everybody's thinking towards tax deductions and so forth. But, if you're planning on giving, let's say, $100 a year to the food bank, why don't you do it quarterly? $25 every quarter, or if you're doing $1,000, $250 per quarter, whatever it is, because it's not a critical food shortage only at year end. It's throughout the year.
No, it has been, and everybody knows that, really. And it's been talked about, and it's so hard. And when you think, again, children going to school, even teenagers, looking for food. I mean, it's difficult. So think about that as one of the places to give to.
Yeah, very sad. And it's, again, very critical. And we need to support our fellow Maui citizens and residents. So, come on, Maui, you can dig deep.
Yeah, let's all do it. Let's all do it. We've done it.
Sure.
So I think it's time for everybody else.
Absolutely.
Think about it. And there's other places. I mean, there's so many charities. So if you've got something you're already dedicated to, if you've got a little something left for this and you can just write a small check and get it off to them, that's really great. Or deliver it somewhere.
Or, another great organization is Hale Makua.
Yep.
Hale Makua Health Services. It's, we're not just a nursing home at Hale Makua. We have home health. We have a great rehab facility. So it's a diversified healthcare organization and, much needed support here on Maui.
Well, Maui does have all the needs of a major city.
Sure, absolutely.
We happen to be a small island theoretically, but the needs are totally the same. So let's think about that again as we come to the year end, and let's remember to take care of our fellow citizens. And remember that it's embarrassing to people. Nobody wants to say, my children are hungry. Nobody wants to say, we don't have the money. Nobody wants to say, there's no Christmas at our house. So anything we can do for someone else around the holidays, think about it. And also consider that they don't want to tell you that it's a problem. So if you took something to someone because you know it, just leave it. Leave it at the door. It doesn't have to be acknowledged, whatever we do.
Absolutely. Most people are very proud. And, very few people will say, I really need help. But if it's offered to them or basically just given to them, mm-hmm. It's going to make a big difference.
It will. And there's just so many things we can do. Even if you have a neighbor and you've got a lot of food, and you make something, take it to them, share it.
Sure.
Let's all think about that. Share with our neighbors. If you've cooked something, you've baked something.
Pot of soup.
Pot of soup.
Chili.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of food that's wasted, really, and we need to think more deeply about sharing.
We do. I mean, we're the worst, I guess, because you get something. It's hard to make food for two people, and yet we should. And then when we're done, we should take our leftovers if we're not going to use them again, and get them to someone. It's not that hard. I mean, just do it. Pack it up and hand it over to someone. And
what's that Greek proverb we just heard? It's a better society when old men plant trees
that they'll never get to sit under.
That they know they'll never be able to sit under.
Mm-hmm. Is that interesting?
Yeah.
Just think about that for a moment. Old men will plant trees that they will never be able to sit under.
It's it's something that we all need to do. Think forward to the next generation and the generation after that and after that. So what good are you doing for society? Are you just kind of taking, or are you also giving?
Well, we've got to remember that, all of us, because we all get busy in our own lives. But I think that was the greatest statement of all, that, I mean, you're going to do something, but maybe it won't really be appreciated or thought about or anything until you're gone. And that's sad in a way, but also it's a great moment that you've done something for the world.
No, again, it's a great society. It's a better society when old men plant trees.
that they know they'll never sit under.
Right.
Yeah, it's really great. It's a great statement.
So
I'm glad that you recognized that one and we thought about it afterwards. It was great.
yeah.
Well, we're going along with a little bit of real estate here. We've got some listings coming up.
Maybe we'll touch briefly on the water situation in West Maui.
Why don't we do that first?
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought there, and we should really talk about the water situation.
It's still critical, especially up in the Kapalua district. Now Hawaii Water Service is looking to raise rates by 60 some odd % for water rates. And, this all traces back, in my opinion, to the lack of proper maintenance by Maui Land and Pineapple. And, as I think everybody knows, there's a lawsuit pending on this water situation. And unfortunately, it'll play out in courts. And I don't think anybody necessarily wins when anything plays out in court. But hopefully we get a resolution before court date, and we'll see. But fingers crossed that all parties come to the table and are able to negotiate something.
Right now, the court date is a couple of years away.
It's like March of 2027.
Yes. I mean, that's a nightmare by itself. And you can only do so much in a small community. So people do have to work together.
Yeah, and
to make things happen.
We're facing this water shortage. There is a drought situation here on Maui, no question. But, there's still a lot of rain falling in the West Maui Mountains. And it's just not being delivered.
Which, again, a tragedy for the people of Maui and specifically the people of West Maui.
Yes. And, a lot of people think it's a lawsuit that only concerns the rich Japanese golf course owner versus a local company. But it's much more than that. It's basically dependent on a lot of different factors, economic factors and so forth that come into play. And a good example is the cancellation of the Century Tournament of Champions. And we've heard estimates that this will cost the Maui economy up to $50 million by not having this golf tournament. And it really is a shame, as well as all the nonprofits that aren't able to take advantage of the donations from the PGA Tour and from Century Insurance. And this year's tournament raised about $750,000 for all these charities. And
which is a lot of money, that goes in the community and helps to take care of people.
Totally.
Food
Absolutely.
issues, every issue,
Right.
medical issues.
Right.
So it is important.
And fortunately for the charities, the golf course owner, TY Management, has stepped up to the plate and will be giving donations to all these charities that benefited in the 2025 tournament. They'll be getting the same amounts next year. So junior golf, Hale Makua, Lahaina High School Foundation, all the various other charities.
When you say next year, you mean a couple of weeks from now, really, more or less. Yeah, it is. We're talking next year like it's a long way away.
2026.
2026.
It's right here.
It's less than a month from now. We're going to be ringing the bells and having a great time and all really happy. Well, again, there's a lot of
happy,
needs.
but there won't be a Century tournament.
No.
That is not doing anybody any good on Maui.
No, there is still a chance, though, that it will come back next year.
In 2027, we're certainly hopeful. There's a lot of other factors involved with the PGA Tour, Century Insurance, and so forth. So, but we need to solve the water situation. And once that's solved, if we can guarantee water for the golf courses, hopefully we can get the 2027 Century tournament.
And, think about this. Who ever thought that water at Kapalua could be an issue? Seems impossible that would ever happen. But, everybody should have known that it could happen?
Well, we've had dry periods. I don't think as severe as what we're going through right now. But again, there's a lot of rain falling in the hills, and we just can't get it down to where it's needed.
Well, again, they've got to make the necessary repairs.
And what's sad too is the farmers, the taro farmers in the Honokahau Valley, who also benefit from the rain and so forth, the natural flow of water. They're having issues in Honokahau Valley, and I know taro farmers are losing a lot of their crop to dry rot. It's very sad.
Yeah, it is. I mean, every time I hear any of this, it is very, very sad. And everybody has to start thinking about it. And remember that it's when someone talks about the lack of water, there's a whole lot more that's involved. I mean, things that we're not even thinking of right now. But water in Maui, West Maui in particular, and out around Kapalua, Lahaina side, it's a huge, huge factor.
Right. I know TY Management, the owner of the golf courses at Kapalua, is looking at alternative water supplies, like perhaps running a line, reusable water up from the Kanapali plant, sewage treatment plant up to Kapalua. That's going to be quite a feat. We're going to have need the assistance of Maui County and probably the state of Hawaii in being able to do this. I know TY Management is also looking at desalination, which is a long haul by the time you get through the environmentalists and so forth. But desalination is also another possibility. But, any of these alternatives, if you take 4, 5, 6, 7 years to come to fruition, it may be too late.
It may be too late.
So,
well, if nothing else right now, let's kind of talk a little bit about real estate. One of the things that I think is important as we come along now is to remember Caldwell Banker Island Properties is located at 9 Kapalua Drive.
700 Office Road.
I was close.
Yeah. 700 Office Road.
I just drive there. I just walk in every day, but I don't know the actual address anymore. That is funny. But
almost adjacent to Sansei, and it's very easy to find right on Office Road, which is the main drag in Kapalua. But easy enough to get to our website, sakamotoproperties.com. And that gives you entree again to all of the listings in Maui.
Absolutely.
Through the Maui Board of Realtors.
Or walk in our office. I mean, that's what I was kind of thinking. There's an agent there every day, and it could be you'll get there at a time that somebody's already tied up or in the middle of something. Ask for us. I mean, we probably are out showing property, but let's just say, ask for someone that you could chat with and maybe start a relationship. And then when you come back the following year, you'll have someone to talk to. I've met people over the years, 1 year, and then a few years later, they'll come back checking and buy something, So take your time, come in, make a relationship, let us know what you already own or if you own something now or your intentions, and make a relationship with whoever's there. And you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I know a lot of the condominium owners are kind of panicking right now with the Bill 9 kind of in suspension right now, and which way that'll go, we don't know for sure. But this pertains to the banning of vacation rentals in apartment zone properties, and it's certainly making a huge impact on the market right now.
It is, but I mean, think about those same units. They were really not suitable for a family to live.
No, and unfortunately, if Bill 9 passes, it'll probably be tied up in courts for quite a while. And, again, it's not going to do any help short term. So, but in the meantime, we've seen prices depressed 20, 30, 35% in some of these developments. And so, work with a realtor, work with somebody at Coldwell Banker, Island Properties, and we can help guide you through this maze, which is it's kind of a maze with properties. If you're interested in vacation renting, you need something that's zoned for hotel. And so, there are properties that are zoned for hotel. So the banning of vacation rentals in apartment zone properties doesn't pertain to properties in the hotel zone areas. So again, talk to a real estate professional and they can help guide you through the maze.
Absolutely. It is still a time that real estate is selling, and it may not be the perfect price for a seller today, but that is a price that lures in some buyers.
Right.
And so I would say talk to someone. Come by our office, make a phone call to your own broker that you've worked with over the years, and learn about it, because it may be something that you want to buy right now, or it might push you to make a decision. Yeah, maybe we'll go ahead and sell right now because we can do something else with the money. So let's go ahead and change what we're doing.
That's a great time for buyers to be on the market.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of great opportunities out there, and we've got one at the Ironwoods.
Yeah,
it's oceanfront. It's a 2-bedroom, 3-bath, ground floor unit, easy access to the grounds, and
right on the golf course. Spectacular.
Awesome views of Molokai and also Lanai. You'll see the whales out there in the winter. Fantastic location. It's number 71 at the Ironwoods. Vacation renting is not allowed at the Ironwoods.
And never was.
No. And so, it's a great property. It's listed at $4,900,000. And so, again, you can call Roy at 808-870-7060 or Betty at 808-870-7062, or go to sakamotoproperties.com. You can also email me at roy@sakamotoproperties.com or betty@sakamotoproperties.com.
So that would be a great connection. We'll do our best to get to you right away. If you're in town, meet with you, spend a little bit of time, and talk about what your time frame is for making a purchase.
Sure. Absolutely.
And it's always worth having a connection with someone here if your interest is in buying something in the not too distant future, and that could be tomorrow or it could be 3 years or longer. So we are already, Roy, at the 2-minute
Well, I
warning.
just wanted to say, here's a great listing, and I'm surprised this hasn't sold. This is listed by Mihaela out of our office, 3808 Lower Honoa Pi'ilani Road. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, listed at $1,290,000. And, you're not going to find anything worthwhile in this price range. But this certainly fits the bill. So, Mihaela from our office. And again, you can look at details of this at 3808 Lower Honoa Pi'ilani by going to sakamotoproperties.com.
Well, you can get into anything that's on the market by getting into sakamotoproperties.com.
And Coldwell Banker Island Properties, 700 Office Road.
Stop by, talk to us.
Absolutely. Can't miss our signs there.
No, you can't. And you can enter from either the Kapalua Drive side or the parking lot behind. There's a door on both sides. And you just walk in and find the agent there and start a conversation.
8:30 to 6, we'll have somebody there to chat with you.
Danny Couch back on with I Love Hawaii, and the bottom line is we love Hawaii.
Aloha.
We're lifers here.